All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the final bonus match of the Crema Developer versus Players series. My name is East. Joining me here today for the cast is Talwin. Talwin, how you doing?
Really good today, and I'm really looking forward to this one. I think it's a nice surprise to have the number 10 being the competitive team rep, or Bob for short.
Yes,
It's
Talwin and I have decided that we're just going to call the competitive team rep Bob for the rest of this set, just because competitive team rep is way too long. It's way too much to say. So we're Bob is going to be going up against Zolrain. Zolrain, unlike the last match that I did here, I didn't really recognize the player. Zolrain is, of course, a known competitive player in the community. I think they've participated in TemCS events and things like that.
Yeah, it should be really good. And competitive team rep, I think, has a special place for a lot of the comp community in particular because he does come in. We get a lot of leaks specifically from that source. It's a bit of a mystery who Bob actually is, but it's fantastic to see him play and to see what happens with a known community member. It should be really fun.
And with that, we are actually the match has started. We're going to go ahead and get into it here. We are expecting some pretty creative stuff coming from this set. If this is your first time watching this event, I believe it's going to be three
Ooh.
different teams going up against each other, and it looks like people liked the kind of little cup memo from the league matches happening in the weekend, as we've got lots of baby Tems going up against each other here.
Yeah, I know with the Smazzy on especially Zolrain's side, I'm pretty sure that can get to +8 in one turn with some of the stuff he's got. So we'll wait and see exactly if it can and what that looks like. But that
Yeah,
is scary.
really interesting to see the comp team rep here going with an entirely not fully evolved team. Of course, as you know, Sypat going to be evolving into the third mythical in patch 1.5. So we see the Rise lead off here. This is a Tem that actually sees some play in Big Cup, not so much anymore, but definitely used to, as a very useful demoralized trait, which provides speed control alongside lots of different sorts of team members. Let's talk a little bit about Zolrain's team, though, Talwin. Tell me about it.
The first thing I can see is I've assumed that it's double hypnotist, so there's every chance he wants. I'm going to assume that there's every chance he wants to send him to sleep. There is some interactions with that hypnotist as well. Smazzy will explode. They both give they don't go it, but they both have deluge synergy. So I did expect one of them and another thing. So it'll be interesting to see what the combo with Golsey is, because it's
Yeah,
not just going to be something. It's just going not going to be nothing. There'll be something cooking here.
I see Bob going for the Tental. This means the Tental will be able to act on turn one, as it won't be put to Peepo Sleepo by the Hypnotist. So a little bit threatened, though. Definitely, even after Demoralize, Golsey's hasty lunge certainly looking pretty good into that. We'll see what the Tental set is, if it's some sort of weird, bulky Tental. So
Uh,
Sypat and Shween band out. Go ahead, Talon.
yeah, I just have seen people use the Avenger even in Big Cup to really see what happens on. So it'd be interesting to see if they can get that activated. I forget exactly what it does, but I know it's scary if it does pop off.
Yeah, basically when an ally Tem goes down, Tental gets a boost to speed and damage. So being able to leverage very good strategy, playing a bunch of Tems with very low bulk that are not fully evolved. Let them get knocked out and then sweep with Tental. Sounds easy. That Temurian might have something to say about that, though, as it is a fast, strong crystal attacker that can definitely take Tental down.
I do like seeing a double Smazzy on both sides. It is fantastic to see. Um, I think Zolrain does have a bit of a leading base stats, but I'm not sure how much that means because Vanks, Orphil, Smazzy, Rays, they all do have some form of play in Big Cup, and they do have little niches that other teams can't do. So it'd be interesting to see how they leverage that together
Yeah,
to
speaking of
make it.
Smazzy, do you ever notice that Smazzy's eyebrows don't cover the entirety of its eyes? Do you think it ever gets like sweat in its eyes when it's like fighting?
No, I
We
didn't, but
see
I won't not notice it now.
Golsey's energy drink gonna go ahead and prevent it from falling asleep, so immediate tempo advantage here for Zolrain, who's got -1 speed, but has put that rise to bed. And the Tental may be taking a bit of a dirt nap if it decides to stay in against a Golzee that can act on turn number 1. Bit of an unexpected gear choice, perhaps. The energy drink Golzee, not common outside of the Street Fighter community, I would say.
Yeah, I've definitely never seen it before, but I think it makes sense considering they were picked together and they've probably made this for this game. It'll be interesting to see if the Raise leaves. I would expect it to leave. The Tental does have super effective damage on both Tems, but I'm not sure how bulky it is or if it survives, so it could be a double swap, but there's not massively good swaps either, so we'll see what they do.
The Rise does leave. This is a bit of a weird one in that it's not exactly like these Tems have the bulk in the back to be swapping in, right? So we see Moala's going to leave as well. It's Chimerian time. Golzee goes for the Rage, setting up on that energy drink, but Tental stays in. Does it beta burst it, perhaps? It does! The comp team rep not falling for any sorts of shenanigans. But not quite enough to take down the Golzee. So, not a great board to be on if you're Tental. It's just been revealed that Tental is slower than -1 speed Golzee here. That's pretty slow. Can we see Rise come back in here, though?
Yeah, my guess
right?
is Rise on the Tental and then just hit the Golzee slot with Nox Bomb, and that's massive damage, and then there's not a heap Zolrain can do around that.
Yeah, other than... I mean, the CPG from the Chim probably does, like... If it hits Orphill, it does, like, what, 60%? 70%? Like, pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Not an easy time for Orphill here, but we'll see. Oh, it's Disgrace!
Ooh. I didn't even
Tental
notice how
releases
slow was I.
Yeah.
There's the Raise, slowing everything down again.
And Chimerian also clicks Rage. Crazy. The Noxious Bomb going to take down the Golzee here. Yeah.
Chim still outsped Orphill too, so probably one hits it.
You really got to appreciate Zolrain here, going up against the competitive team rep, one of the most active Kremlin members in comp chat. They've decided to roleplay as comp chat by doing nothing but clicking Rage every turn. You'd love to see it from them there. Smazzy coming in now. It's probably Fever Rush Smazzy, I would imagine, right, Talwin?
Yeah, I'd assume so, and it'd be interesting to see if they take the gamble sending stuff to sleep and that, or what happens here, because yeah, it is an obvious Chim out. Like, it will have a good time into the back at +4, and Raise is probably the only thing it doesn't really want to see.
It could be Friendship. We did see in the league on the weekend, Sarbomba played the Friendship Perfect Jab Smazzy, and like, if you're next to a Raise, it's a little bit, I guess, tough to get that sorted out there.
Yeah, it is, but I think with the double Hypnotist, it definitely is Fever Rush, but yeah, Orphill just dies, I assume.
No Friendship revealed, though, so it is, in fact, Fever Rush. Ouch.
That is a low attack on Raise. Like, I know it's got a low attack anyway, but at -3 times 4 effectiveness, still not one hit.
Yeah, that's a pretty incredible. That's like one of the only embers that won't KO from there, I would imagine, right?
Yeah, I would have expected to KO, but yeah, it must be the only one except for maybe Ryber. But other than that, I think everything would have killed it.
Kind of bad news for Bob here is Chimerian will almost certainly be able to get off another attack, right? Kind of makes you wonder what the TV spread is on the Rise. Like, it's not faster than the Chim at -1, and it didn't KO with Embers. Is it just full bulk? Must be, right?
Yeah, it must be full bulk. Maybe some special attack. We'll see a bit more this time, whether it maybe has special attack, but...
Nutrition bar on the Vex.
Ooh.
Smazzy going for a self-stone wall. Vinx is 30% anyways, with Headram. Fever Rush going to be triggered up here.
That's interesting. We'll see if it is Hypnotist. It is.
Yeah. Like that play from Zolrain. They get a free turn here. Smazzy is sort of beefed up a little with the stone wall. It's got the opportunity to try to, raid boss this game through. It's going to need all the help it can get, right? It's like Tentel is definitely sort of looming in the back now that both of its counters have been slain, and it has super effective damage against all of Zolrain's remaining Tems. But, if there's one way you're going to beat it, it's leverage that minus defense and create a huge problem. We'll see Smazzy come in on this side for Bob here.
And the Vinx does stay in, but it should get an attack off if it doesn't die here. Oh, yeah, they heat up as well. It's interesting times, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, one way you can deal with the Tentel is to hit it with a +7 attack uppercut, I guess. Don't often see heat up on the Smazzy set, but I suppose other than uppercut and martial strike, you don't really need any other attacks.
Yeah, still our attack. We're seeing heat up, Stonewall, and yeah.
Is going to be a bit of a tricky sort of path to get through here. We see that it is War Drum on the comp team wrap, so that may actually be the friendship Smazzy. Lamala coming in here, slowing things down. Smazzy's going to come out. Rise again to control the speed. This is just about the only thing this Tim is good for at this point, slowing down the game. Ninja Jutsu into Moala. Doing good damage.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. With the turbo to speed it up into the double proc, so...
Moala now back to neutral speed from Moala. Towley will be at +1 after that. Rise controlling the speed a little bit, but Turbo doing a good job to sort of counteract that. This Vinx has gotten pretty good value, to be honest. It hit a Stonewalled Smazzy and a Moala, and it still dealt over, I would say, close to 50% total. Not to mention the suplex damage onto the Smazzy, so despite the typings not really working out, Vinx still contributing quite a bit in this game.
Yeah, I was hoping to see this. I really hope the Vinx dies here and we see the Avenger proc.
And it will finally go down. It was parrier, but obviously very tanky. And yeah. Avenger. 2 speed, 2 special attack, and all it costs is the ally going down. Rise is going to demoralize things, and now Refreshing Diabolo is going to help Moala out, but right now it looks like it's Peepo Sleepo versus Peepo Sweepo on Bob's side over here, so the Tentel not going to fall for the sleep shenanigans and has a lot of damage to work with.
Yeah, I think it's worth just taking Raze out one last time. Like, the Smazzy in the back's probably not getting massive value, so if you sort of sack it, you can at least get another Demolarize, but that's not what we do. Oh, helped.
Yeah, just survived there. That +2 beta burst not quite enough to bring down Moala. Rise goes for King's Roar. Interesting. Doesn't really want to take, a lot of damage from Towley, I guess. Go for the King's Roar.
Yeah, it's interesting that the Transient Echo undersped the King's Roar even at -1. So the Moala must be close to base speed, I think.
What might have happened? Yeah. Actually, you're correct there. Was a little bit slow on the slow side. So the speed interactions between the Chim being faster than the Rise, but the Moala being slower than the Rise, it's all very interesting. Or I guess the Moala was faster? No, it was slower, right?
Yeah, yeah. At -1, it was slower for sure. But no, it had to have been slower because, yeah, he used 3 priors, so.
Yeah, now comes 3 pryos.
Mm.
Mazzy's gonna take the hit and go down.
And we
Rise
do
goes for
see the
that.
Tental Sweep, which is what we wanted from the start, I think.
Well, maybe not for Zolrain, but everybody else is happy. There's the overexertion. And that's going to be it. Zolrain throws in the towel. And Bob takes game number 1.
I really like the maneuvering around the Rise and the Tental to get, I guess, what they needed to win the game, which was really good. Got rid of the turn 1 was a bit risky, I think, leaving it into that board, but I guess Zolrain went a bit greedy and paid for it in the end.
Yeah, it's relatively easy to do those sorts of things when you got that Crema backend connection. The engineers can tell you that they're clicking rage, so it's easy read, right?
Easy read.
Yeah. Let's see game number 2 getting started here. So, what do Bob and Zolrain have for us this time? Something a little more conventional on Bob's side. Zolrain bringing back the same team from game number 1.
I've got no idea what Bob is trying to do here, but looks scary.
Just off the top of my head, it looks like a bunch of Tems that really enjoy cheer up.
And blue screen.
Yeah, so maybe double cheer up users here. Does Shallot learn cheer up? I can't remember. I think it does, right? It just got it in the
Yeah,
newest
I think
patch.
it just got it, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, double blue screen user. Also, triple auto destruction, quadruple auto destruction users. Actually, I believe Waspine, Koish, Lowaddle, and Molgu all learn that move. I'm pretty sure.
I actually would have loved to see Rise on this team as well to slow everyone down slower than our blue screen, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would imagine maybe triple cheer up, maybe just double cheer up. The Scaravolt is probably a cheer up user here as well.
Does it learn cheer up? It must, I guess.
Scaravolt does, yes.
The things you learn.
Yeah. Not the kind of games we're used to casting, I would imagine. You're trying to. It's kind of like you're playing a detective game at the same time. Like, what is Bob cooking is like almost as important as who wins the match at this point. Shween banned out again. Zolrain is going to go ahead and go for the Golzy and the Chim. So, Twitch chat. We need to create a poll. Will Zolrain click Rage on both Tems again? Talwin, what are your thoughts?
He shouldn't, but he will. But I
Yeah.
would have thought it was an easy Showlet, but if you don't pick the Showlet, maybe it's probably an Ember's Scarra, I guess.
Could it be the TM Trainer Dream? Physical Ember Scarable?
It could be, but I've got to get help here because I'm not used to this stuff. If he cheer ups turn 1 onto the Mulgu, when can he use blue screen? Is it turn 2 or
Blue
turn
screen.
3?
Blue screen is you have to have been on the board for 3 turns to use a blue screen. Is kind of the way I put it. And cheer up like accelerates your clock by 1 for that. So it would still one more hold would have to go by. I believe for a while when blue screen was on Munko, Brutal Felix would play double cheer up turn 1 into blue screen turn 2. Back when it was a prio move, and that worked. You could double cheer up turn 1, cheer up yourself, ally cheers you up, and then you had blue screen active. But several parts of that strategy are no longer as effective, and it wasn't really that effective to begin with. Anyways, let's see what our players have here in game number 2.
Would you prefer to see double rage, or what's the most exciting move you can think of here? Is it the physical Scaravolt, which is It is friend. Well, I forget the name of the trait.
It's good friend. Yeah.
Yeah, it is
Um,
good friend. So
with the most exciting thing I think I could see here would be like multiple Pex extra energy slam, probably from Chimerian and Golzi. Nope, we get the synergy hasty lunge instead. Molgu takes the hit. We do see good friend activate, so Scarable going to be providing some cover. Both players seem to be content to just hit each other, which, how boring.
yeah,
And there it is. That probably wasn't super invested, but it might have been slightly.
yeah. The rage.
Oshidashi up.
The rage one hit would have felt really bad, I reckon. But we'll see.
Yes. Double raging into losing both Tems turn 1 would have been not good.
And with the good friend, the Mulgrew definitely lives as well. So it's sort of a rough position for Zolrain because I don't think he can clear out by the Tem.
In Twitch chat claiming that Sentinel Molgu is counter teaming him. So that's a bit of a tough one. Moala definitely can't come in and put both these Tems to sleep here. But let's see. Oh, we do see the synergy not activate for Hasty Lunge due to the Faraday Cage. Good friend gonna pull that CPG over, and we will get a rerun, it looks like, of turn number 1. Golzi hits the deck. Scaravolt throws the embers. Okay, that's 2 turns. Smazzy Tataru on the board. Let's see what we get here. Molgu can probably go down here. Like Smazzy will probably outspeed it and KO with uppercut, which is nice. That means that Moala can kind of get in the game, control things a little bit now that Sentinel is off the board.
Yeah, I think so too. And it'll be important to really get space, especially if you can sort of sleep the Smazzy and get it going without the heat up. The extra turns may let the Smazzy hit some of these digitals a bit harder, a bit earlier, and could really turn the wave. It'll depend on speeds a lot though. So, but only the digis are really good against the Smazzies. So if the digis can get hit before they can digi move Moala or Smazzy, it's actually a really good position for Zolrain. Maybe there's Turbo and Tataru as well to really make it better.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Good friend kind of throws a wrench in some of this stuff. Like, you kind of want to be able to kill stuff with doubles with your big Smazzy, but we'll see. Hopefully it is just, like, got Defibrillate or something as its electric attack on the Scaravolt, and that'll be good for Zolrain's chances here. That goes for the Rage. Looks like it's just regular Scaravolt, though. Is Fire Tornado going to deal a decent chunk of damage?
Yeah, it doesn't look particularly attack invested, but it could be the good Moala turn to get everything going, but especially while the blue screen users are off the board, because obviously blue screen gives you space, but also gives them space to get their holds down. If their holds do run out and they're quicker, it's going to be hard. So,
yep.
But we
Zolrain,
do see the heat up.
Yeah, going boosting like crazy. This Major Slash going to hit the Scaravolt. +3 attack. Ooh, not quite enough. Leech, what an animation. The eyes floating away from the head slowly. Taking it down. A little bit of healing there. Scaravolt goes for Embers. Was it trying to outspeed? Curious. Maybe the only move it could click without overexerting itself. But the boosting kind of working out for Zolrain here. He's got lots of plus attack on these Tems, and there's not that much in terms of like fast offensive presence from the comp team rep. So Bob is going to have a bit of a difficult time defending himself here against Zolrain's offensive assault.
Yeah, you'd really like to have a lunch in the back, but Zolrain's not clicking super stamina heavy moves, so it wouldn't make a massive difference. But I think almost the only thing you can do to stop him now is to run out of stam.
Yeah, or I mean, I guess Taifu could just like start killing things, KOing things, right? Like it could just attack. We'll see if it goes for it. Oh, Tataru with the bestie charge. Yeah, Zolrain practicing the tried and true strategy of not attacking. Bob going for that as well with the Bark Shield. And the Royal Jelly. And the Diabolo. You hate to see it if you're a Zolrain fan. After taking an early 2-10 lead here, the comp team rep appears to be doing a little engaging in some Tsubaki roleplay. You know, a little bit of you know, take you to turn 25 sort of threats here. Bit of a Monka S for us on the caster desk, but we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, you never know. You might see another rage heat up and really put pressure on everything, but it is hard to. Yeah, as soon as they get set up with the Bark Shield and Diabolo, it just feels bad.
Oh, it's time to sleep. There's the Fever Rush. Ifood going for the safe retreat. And Scarab will come in. Looks like that was some kind of synergy, perhaps, or maybe just trying to protect the Waspine with Good Friend there. Royal Jelly's going to heal up Scarab, but it looking pretty favorable position here for Bob in the sense that Waspine should be able to get off an attack. Does have to watch out for the Nito Seiho into uppercut play, though, for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the Smazzy and Moala, I'm not sure if we saw last game, how they're tiered, whether they're tiered for the Nito Seiho into the Smazzy attack, because if it is, and the Good Friend goes away, I think that just starts bopping everything.
Yeah, it's possible. It can't do it this turn, obviously, as Good Friend would protect the Scarab. Or sorry, the Waspine. The Scarab would protect the Waspine, so maybe we'll see a different play here. Okay, we see Intimidation. Does that trigger Fever Rush?
Yeah, it does.
Hey, that's pretty good move. Pretty good move. Transient Echo will take out Scarab. Not often you see Thames run Bait and Intimidation on the same set. Wow, Shy Shield, huh? Don't often see that either.
Nah, it's definitely a not often seen game, so...
Yeah, so this Molgu doesn't have blue screen. I don't think the Waspine has blue screen either. Both of them, I think, are one hold short. But, bit of a tricky board state position now. Waspine, of course, can attack if it has Binary Flood. We'll see. Well, is going to go for the Wake Up. Does a little extra damage thanks to the War Drum. Smazzy going to go all the way up. And oh no, the Waspine's got auto-destruction. And there it goes. So everything going down except the Smazzy, which will hang on.
Love to see it. It was entertaining, and that's probably more important.
Just thinking about how much effective HP the comp team rep just like did to themselves by clicking auto destruction. Like, imagine getting your Waspine to +4 and being like, you know what I got to do with this? Not KO a Smazzy with auto destruction. That's not the best. We do see the Leech come out. Is this going to deal not quite enough? Nope, but it will heal up the Typhoon.
And we do see the fact proc.
Yeah. That first aid kit going to be valuable here. As I think that means that if this Typhoon is cheer up, then we're in a bit of an interesting spot in the sense that... No, probably not. Leech is... I don't think enough to KO. I'm not sure if we did the math right in the previous game there. Typhoon's going for Gaia. A bit of a despicable play, really, if you think about it. You know,
Yeah,
fight them, Bob. Might be
I
because of the
think it lives,
leech.
but
Yep, just barely. So this is Major Slash, hopefully, and then still got enough to Held Anger next turn. It's a bit of
it's going to
Copium.
be close, but nah.
No, not quite. No
Especially the
Noxious
extra bulk
Bomb,
shield.
unfortunately. The Held Anger will deal big damage, but it shouldn't be enough to bring down the KO.
Definitely would have been without the bark shield, so GG's.
Yeah. True. GG's to both. Are we going to get a... Are we going to get a Game 3 anyways? Let's figure out kind of what's going on here. I'm reading chat. Zolrain says they're down, so we're going to play a Game 3, I think, regardless here. Different teams, maybe. But Bob takes the series for sure, securing their second win.
Let's hope Bob's got a third team, because his first two have been very interesting. Love to see it.
Yeah, not often you see auto destruction clicked in a competitive match. Also, not often you see auto destruction not KO a Smazzy. Definitely not the best advertisement for the move out there, but you know, we press on. We press on regardless. So Bob Zolrain, game number 3 here. Okay, we do see yeah. Zolrain playing something maybe a little bit more conventional this time around. Lots of Lumas as well. Bob, on the other hand, no Lumas so far this entire set. Really needs to step up their Luma game. For those of you who don't know, you can use Lumas on Showdown if you have a perfect Luma with all the egg moves.
It's definitely opened up the egg or the egg move market for me, at least. I know most of my Lumas only had the functional ones, and now I've had to go around and get heaps of them. So it's fantastic for layers.
Yeah, true.
But I think that is a Doom team, and we do see the Bob, or the Tem I at least associate with Doom the most.
Yeah. Bob out here trying to, you know, boost the inclusion rates of Capire and Goulder, trying to get them, you know, showing up better in Crema's internal statistics department. Always good to see, you know, those lesser played Tems get some rep time.
And I think Waspin's the only Tem to be seen twice. I'm trying to think for Bob. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, which is good to see.
There's a Schween on Zolrain's team, but yeah, Bob, this Waspin is the first duplicate. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would expect a very different one to the one that just blew itself up, though.
I guess. Are you sure?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah. Who knows what Bob is capable of, right? Like, Zolrain hopefully going to be putting a bit more pressure this time, but we did just see him lead 2 Tems into Cycrocs that take 2x from Cycrocs, so unconventional.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the Schween looks pretty good into here, so I expect we'll see it, but we may not, obviously, so...
Mm-hmm. Noted only 1 mental in this team, right? So probably not relying too much on Digithreat to replicate the Doom on Cycrocs here. Probably something more like Wastewater or Toxic Slime 1 and done.
What's the bet it's water synthesizer, and we've just read it all wrong?
If it's water synthesizer, then it's pretty good into Tsunami turn 1, right? So that's pretty good. Yeah. Goulder gets banned. Wild. Zolrain with 2 wins available, or at least 3 Tems that can click win to moves, and Instead, we'll see Capire Aquanox come in, and Momo gonna round things out here. Zolrain going for the trying not to get 3 out in a best of 3, which would be a pretty tough result, but we'll see if they can get one back here.
And is the hurry warp, we will see, I guess, what's good to click turn 1. So Oshara really does want the extra hold down for the Serb's Wrath, so it's probably a good one to leave, but obviously reading these guys when you're not really sure exactly what they've got planned is very difficult.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I were this is like a tournament game, I'd be like, maybe Momo in for Size Munch or Momo in for Osiara somewhere, but like also, I don't know, Size Munch might just stay in and click like heat up, you know, we'll see. Water Cannon comes out, Size Munch stays in and takes it. We see the reactive vial get activated. Tsunami coming forth. It is, in fact, water synthesizer. Oh boy. Yeah. Cycrox going with the microwaves. Deals pretty good damage. Seismunch does manage to get the heat up off, but it is, unfortunately, a little worse for wear. We'll probably go down to another offensive move here, but it can at least get off a strong helicopter kick or a Seismunch wreck. It is outsped, unfortunately, by Schween.
Yeah, I don't think Schween can kill it. I'm trying. The
Yeah.
water cannon won't do enough, so
Yeah, water cannon will just fall short.
It would be interesting if you go for a hard read and do wreck, because not much in the back likes wreck, and nothing likes wreck and Serbs, so, or even wreck and heli kick. So if they do expect the Schween, if Zolrain does expect the Schween to leave, it probably would have worked, but we will see. It is the Momo.
Yeah, the Momo instead. More water cannon action. Going for the Flood. Guardian, of course, going to stop Flood from doing anything to the Cycrox. This is 2 turns in a row that the Osiara has clicked an AoE move and done nothing to Cycrox. Will it go for 3? Can we get a third? Can we get a Serbs?
Yeah, I think at least Serbs, you do get the damage in the back, and then when you come back out with Hurry Ward, of course, you do get the holds back. So I don't think you're going to die this turn on Oshara, and I really think you want the +2 for what's in the back, because even Acronox and Golsey don't really like once Oshara starts stacking up, but we do see it going out and the Gazuma coming in.
Yep, big undermine here, gonna hammer the Schween. Not enough to bring it down, but still pretty respectable damage. Sets it up for a KO for Gazuma next turn. Cycrox goes for the Venom spread. Look out. Momo gets taken down. Schween gonna fill it out with a Court Shield, bulking up that Cycrox a little bit more. Now
I really do love the Cycrox.
Yeah, I mean, incredible stuff from Bob, right? Like, just mind control your opponent into picking Osiara into your water synth Cycrox. That's, those are the plays you got to make if you wanna win this game, Nice synergy on the Hurricane there. This is going to deal a ton of damage. Yeah, Cycrox takes a bunch. See the reactive vial. That is going to stop from taking too much damage. Electro Punch coming out. Cycrox will tank that pretty well. And come back with a Microwaves. Not quite enough to figure that out. And we see the redirection device actually mirroring some of that damage back into the Crocs. Some unconventional gear choices here. Redirection device Cycrox. That's interesting, for sure. I guess for the Digimirror? Yeah. It's got to be for the mirror match, I guess, when Zolrain plays other digital teams.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah. Does Zolrain play this team like into Like on ladder, I don't know. I haven't actually watched many of their games.
Yeah, I
Um,
haven't either, but I think it's a good time for Cycrox to take its leave. I guess it's still useful later, especially with potential for Serbs and Tsunami to come out for the whole game. So,
yeah,
and I don't. Yeah, but the +2 could mean Golsey doesn't really like staining either. So, the +2
yeah.
speed on Zelbian.
No reason not to leave, right? Like there's tons of opportunity to come in on the water move
Yeah,
and just have water synth do some work for you, right?
yeah, I think that's the thought I'll do, and it also will almost be OCR in the back, as in the threat of the Serbs really makes it difficult.
Yeah. So instead, we're gonna see the size munch come in. Does it come in for free? Acronox coming in. Tesla Prison gonna slow down the Golsey a little bit. Chipping away at its HP. Golsey will hasty lunge the size munch. Nice swap in there. We see the voltaic charge healing up a bit. And no taser on the Golsey. Adrenaline shot. So the size munch will live to fight another day. And will it get anything done?
Will it
is
out?
the question.
I don't think it can outspeed Sting.
It would need to use the Wedding Womp. It'd need to go for Martial Strike.
Yeah,
And need to outspeed Acronox. If it even has that move, it's not entirely clear that it would. Could be Intimidation, maybe.
or
Instead, we see it swap out. Yeah. Yeah, Osiara coming in on this side. So now, all those holds moving up by 1. Big tornado damage into Acronox, though. Acronox going for a Schween's Horn Sting. Big read there from Zolrain, of course. Predicting the Schween's Horn Sting would come in. And bring the Osiara in to tank that up. Smart play there from Zolrain. You know, good prediction.
Good prediction, but I really don't like the Tornado OX just because now it does feel like the Cycrox could potentially come in. So, but we do see it leave.
Golsey's going to retreat from the match as well. Cycrox coming in. Here's the Serbs. So I think the play here was the Schween's Horn Toxin Shower to heal up the Cycrox. But instead, the Serbs will just do that while taking out the Acro. Huge plays from Bob so far, going for the strange gear optimization usages and such.
I would have loved to see the Schween's Horn Toxin Shower healing Cycrox, but
would have taken out the size munch too. It would have been pretty impressive. But, you know, the Serbs, nothing to sniff at. Although, I gotta say, I think Zolrain actually is in a not too bad position here.
yeah, I think it's definitely looks good for them. But you never know with this team from Comp Team Rep if they're doing exactly what we think. Like, this Capai could be anything from max speed, max attack to full bulk, and people would have no surprises at all.
Yeah, so there's the Flood. Channeling their inner Argon here on Zolrain's side, going for the speed control move. And there's the Microwaves, the double, just kind of leaving the Osiara B on the board. Interesting that slowing down the Capire and the Cycrox. Had to think the Osiara was still the fastest 10 on the board, and the stuff in the back is at plus speed? Not.
Yeah, I think
sure
it's
why they
about the
flooded.
munch. I think it's about the munch and the wreck. So now the wreck, I think, probably goes off.
Also doesn't just
Regardless.
heal Cycrox, right? Is probably another concern,
Yeah.
right? You don't want to keep healing the because the +2 Osiara is actually going to heal the Cycrox for quite a bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's not going to heal it for less, that's for sure.
Because, and this is a fun fact, the healing you get from things like strong liver and water synthesize and electric synthesize is reduced if you have increased defensive stats. So that Cyclops actually healed less from Serbs than it was meant to.
And it does look like this is red. I assume it is a hurricane with synergy. And it is. Good read there from Bob.
Yeah. Great work, Bob. That Ember is not quite enough to take down the Zalbian, though, so still chipping away. Does look like a pretty not very offensively invested Capire if that Embers didn't KO. So bulky Doom with Talisman, perhaps?
I think so, but there's also, I think they're so low it's not worth finding out if it's Talisman for us, but maybe we will.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would imagine we're pretty close to the conclusion of this one way or the other here, as Thames are just kind of starting to run out of health. Golzy continues to get speed controlled by Tesla Prison. Get that Zalbian ahead of it. Turbo attack should be enough to finish off the Golzy here. Capire content to just go for the Embers. Notable, though, the Gazuma is not overexerted, so it can kind of tornado bomb the Cycrox. Yeah. Have to hope that plus the size munch double will be enough. But Zolrain actually goes for Osiara instead. This is interesting. Probably means that Osiara is going to try and use Blizzard with the -2 speed on the Cycrox. Try to get ahead of its attack. Deliver the knockout punch. There's the tornado. Yeah, solid damage. All it needs to do to pick up the KO is just land that Blizzard. And they're in a great spot. It's actually Water Blade the other way, so no Blizzard. Unfortunate. Capire goes for the Embers. Cycrox goes for Microwave, so probably no Virulent Gust on this Cycrox, and that is going to prove costly. As no KO on the Osiara means that Size Munch Wreck is going to get clicked here, and Zolrain should have the W.
Yeah, I can't see a way around it. It was a really fun series, that's for sure.
Yeah, Water Blade going to connect. And there's the wreck. We get the rock bottom coming out to end off our series. So the comp team rep will pick up the 2-1 series victory despite Zolrain getting that victory in the last game.
And that was really, really fun, I feel. I think especially the comp Bob really showed a wide variety of strategies. They were all new. We were guessing what they were going to do till the last minute. Even that last one looks like a Doom team, but there was nothing Doom at all about it that what we saw. So some really impressive ideas.
Yeah, the Doom fake out team, make them think the Doom is coming, and then just hit them with moves, you know? Nothing wrong with that. And so GG's to everybody. Thanks so much for watching this series. If you have more questions, you have any queries about the game, interested, go ahead and check out the main Discord. And yeah, Talwin, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Not really. Just look for the whole set that will come out on YouTube shortly. Make sure you do get into Discord. It is very helpful most of the time. So that's about all. And TemCS is this weekend. Everyone should start watching the next 3 or 4 weeks because it's going to be, I guess, the biggest events we've had in Temtem.
Yes, we have the regional championships for all 3 of our TemCS regions coming up. I should have the cast of that one either with our friends here at Play Temtem or on my stream. So you guys can be sure to check that out. In the meantime, I'm going to go to bed. I got to get up early for work tomorrow. So I'll see everyone around. Take care.
Goodbye.